On the way to Masaka, the road is clear and the evening is welcoming. It is one of the 15 new cities recently created by government to ease access to service delivery, whose success partly lies in eco-friendly vicinity. This is the reason why the National Environment Management Authority was in the area to assess the environment situation.
A city without green spaces and open areas is a city which will be devoid of what is a key concept for sustainable cities.
In this meeting between the Board of Directors Nema and the city leadership of Masaka, there is a lot to take home. Environmental sustainability for self-inclusive and resilient cities remains top among the concerns.
Go back to the housing, improve, because we used to have sanitary lanes, but we have allowed people to build houses in the sanitary lanes.
Change your minds. Politicians work with technical people, and that way you will be able to succeed.
Professor mentioned about the crisp, soda, which we use. It's not soda, but it was a juice, pineapple juice. So you think, what is your trademark? What are you going to be known for?
Wetland encroachment, rural-urban migration, poor solid and fecal waste management, as well as poor physical planning, remain serious environmental challenges here. Such could be some of the challenges that have led to water pollution, putting lives of locals at a high risk.
The only source of water that we have is Nabajuzi, and we had this forest, the Kumbu forest, supposed to be the catchment area, the filter of the water. But because part of that forest was encroached on by people and they constructed on it, so all these floods, all those water that drains goes to the source.
All of us should have a stake in waste management. Before the waste is brought to the streams, let's have waste managed at source.
Unfortunately, the city is surviving on insufficient funding, making it difficult to monitor and address some of the challenges.
But because we have not been able to have the codes from Ministry of Finance, we are currently using the former municipality resources, which are not sufficient.
Whereas this might be beyond Nema to address, the environmental watchdog is not at rest until environmentally sustainable cities are realized.
Things such as waste management, planning of the green belts, which is very important for any city. You must have green belts and open areas, matters related to protection of the fragile ecosystems, such as the wetlands. And for Masaka here, there's also the lake shore, which needs to be protected.
The quest by Nema has not just been confined to Masaka. Fort Portal in Kabarole district is one of the recently created cities, known for its tourism potential, housing the infamous palace of Toro Kingdom. Emphatically known as the tourism city of Uganda, it derives its name from Sir Gerald Portal, a British national who explored Uganda in the 1800s. In the middle of the city, road construction works are ongoing to improve transport infrastructure. But where these excavated soils end up has raised environmental concerns, with some reasoning that wetlands are being encroached upon. However, these fears have been allayed.
There is a wetland and a valley. In most cases, you find someone, like where we are now here, it's like a valley is going like this. And someone constructs on the first at the top, and then the down part, instead of constructing underground. He wants to bring soil and dump so that he can raise the level to the other upper level. So seeing someone dumping soil in the valley is different from a wetland.
The deliberations may have been fruitful, but like the saying goes, action speaks louder. These were some of the agreed upon recommendations.
We want also to promote rainwater harvesting technologies. We also want to make sure that there is bulk water harvesting from existing water bodies. More to that, we should also focus on water catchment area management.
A position was reached that degraded wetlands are restored to address wetland encroachment, and that satellite cities are created to check rural-urban migration. As for solid and fecal waste management, it was agreed that a strategic plan is developed, including application of biodegradable materials. Henry Okrut, UBC.